Recording now on Friday, January 8th. So one useful way to get your legs up the wall is to put your side of your hip right against it. And then you can use your arms to fall back on, swivel around and get your legs up the wall. And then if your sits bones aren't right against the molding yet, just do the inchworm, official yoga term. And try to get your sits bones, your pelvis, as close to the wall as you can. And for those who don't have access to a wall, if you need to put your calves on a chair or a couch, you will. I'm looking around to see what we got. So Bob and Ginger won't be on a wall. I can't see everyone, but good. So it is officially time. So let me start almost from backwards to say this is the perfect pose before going to bed at night. It's really good for when you've been driving or on an airplane, if you're ever going to fly again. But we are specifically draining the lymph down our legs. Remember, lymph does not have its own pump. It moves through your body from the pump of movement. So here the lymph drains down your legs. It actually then travels up through vesicles towards your heart. And there is, I forget the name of it, but there is a thing there that then transfers the lymph to your blood system where the active pump of your heart moves out anything that you don't need in your lymph. So let your eyes be gently closed and feel your back settling down. And let your ankles be relaxed, not an active flexion right now. Just relax legs up. Your arms are out to the sides a little bit lower than your shoulders. Good morning, Maureen. We're starting with legs up the wall or have your calves over something. So this is a very good position to be feeling how your pelvis is landing into the earth. So with your attention in your pelvis, you notice left, right, does one side have a little bit more ease than the other? And bring your mind into your whole back, the muscles pouring off your back, softening off your back into the earth. What kind of mind are you starting with this morning? Is it a busy mind, a tired mind? I won't suggest other words. What comes to you? What kind of mind are you starting with this morning? And fold your mind into your body and let your mind neutralize a bit here. Your mind inside your body is noticing how your pelvis is landing now that you've been here a minute. Beautiful. Feeling how your back is spreading and opening. That's good, Mary Holly. I have a great view of you. Yep. Yeah. So track both how your pelvis is landing on the ground and how your two shoulders are landing on the earth now. There's some correspondence of ease on one side of your body compared to the other. Notice gently without any judgment. Deeper into stillness now in this moment. Yeah. So with your mind folded into your body, is there any part of you that you can feel right now that's a little bit tighter, a little bit less, that's resisting melting? Notice and let change work you. Yeah. Feel the backs of your hands landed and settled of the earth. Bring your mind to the streaming of your breath in and out of your nostrils. Let your breath be natural. Just feel the passageway, the portal of your nostrils. And lengthen your next exhale. Your lips are lightly touching each other. All the breathing through your nose, lung tissue crinkling in on itself. Go completely empty. And then as you go into your Ujjayi inhale, fill out your back. Really feel that first. And sides and front of your lungs until your lung balloons are inflated, shiny full, and stay in the stillness of full. I am full. Long sustained exhale. Push out the last bit of stale air. I am empty. 2 more Ujjayi breaths on your own timing. So use your full capacity. Stay in the stillness as a full and empty as long as you're able. Let your breath get deeper. Let's take a full inhale together, bringing us all back into synchrony. Inhale. On the exhale, releasing anything that's with you right now that's not serving you or the greater good. So it could be physical sensation, an emotion, a thought, let it go. Conscious decisions here. On the inhale, what are you ready to be opening to today, to receive or to create, to manifest. So that was intention breath number 1. Next, exhale, release anything that is not serving you. And it's fine if you're just neutral on this cue. On your next intention breath, what you're ready to create or manifest, sometimes it's the same, sometimes you go another layer into knowing another truth for yourself. And one more full cycle of your intention breath. Good. So come back to your natural breathing right now. And I'm going to ask you, I'm just curious, if anyone's feet have gone to sleep, could you just indicate that with the arm in the air so I can just have a reading of the class? Got it. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So just take a little body reading. Feel how your pelvis is landing now. Your whole back spreading and opening. Your shoulders. The back of your head. Your arms. So we keep using the Ujjayi breath as our foundation for movement without the stillnesses of full and empty. So take a full inhale through your nose, always your nose. And on the exhale, slide your feet down the wall until your calves are parallel to the ground. And if that ends up being that you have to push away a little bit from the wall, I know I do. I can't keep my sits bones right there. It's too strong on the knees. Just adjust yourself that you're comfortable with your shins parallel to the floor. So from that position, we'll do the unlocking movement for sacrum lumbar 1. You inhale, navel comes up, low back curve is strong, chin down to your heart. Exhale, flatten your low back and look all the way to the space behind you. And there's this nice accompaniment of waking up your feet into the wall. So inhale, navel comes up, chin comes down. It's like, here's the release place of the push of your feet. Exhale, navel down, look up, push your feet a little bit more actively into the wall. And keep going. Do this in a rhythm that feels good to you. We're awakening our feet, setting up this active pump that goes through your ankles. So feet connecting to your low back opening. Okay, come back to your neutral place. So we also worked another lymphatic pump here through the spine. Just notice whether it's your imagination or sensation, just notice what's streaming along your spine right now. Some of you might perceive this as liquid movement. Some might feel it as energy movement. Or you're just in your imagination, you don't feel anything in your consciously. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so now walk your feet up the wall a little bit more. Let's say that you're halfway between where your shins were parallel to the ground and your long leg. So that's a pretty big stretch on the top of your foot. And then inhale, let your navel be up. You have your low back curve. Widen across your shoulders. Send your fingers away from each other. Lots of space in your shoulders. And then we'll do a bridge from here. You start to pick your pelvis up the floor. And now you come up. I'm doing it with you. If anyone needs the visual, don't turn your head. Pick yourself up and look. We're coming up to where our shins are parallel to the floor here. So when there's weight going down into the neck, you don't want to turn your head. So I'm going to hold this a moment. Anyone else who needs to see, look now. And again, if your calves are on the couch, this will work just fine. And then you're going to come down one vertebra at a time. Actively press your feet into the wall. Ooh, that's so nice. And then you've got this press to help give freedom to each joint of your spine releasing. Okay, slide your feet down the wall again. Bring your knees into your heart. Press your knees strongly against each other. Take a little rock side to side. Good, feet back up on the wall. Walk them up to that height where we were halfway between down and up. Inhale your navel up, your chin down to your chest. Exhale, drop your navel, look at the space behind you. Inhale, navel up, chin down. Exhale, flatten your low back curve, look at the space behind you. Inhale, navel up, chin down. Now feel your active feet pressing into the wall. Come up again until your shins are parallel to the floor. This time I'll come out and look at you. Very nice. If you can, pick up your hands off the floor a little bit. Sweep your arms out a little bit more from heart center, and then put the backs of your hands down again. Miss Mac, good morning. I can't see you, but I'm so glad you're back in West Virginia. All right, we're going to take this just a little bit further. We're going to do it again at the end of class. So think right now, we're still in the mode of warming up. But if it's comfortable for you, bring your hands down now to interlacing fingers, your knuckles right against the wall. Bring your shoulders under you. Walk your feet up a little bit higher, whatever height you can go. That's how far we'll go right now. Use your arms on the ground, pressing down to raise your pelvis a little bit more. Beautiful. And then sweep your arms out from heart center. Descend down through your spine. You could be walking your feet down at the same time. Find a pleasurable way to do that. And then hug your knees into your heart. So hopefully lots of movement through your spine. Face is going with your knees. We're taking a rock. So that was a very strong lymphatic flow practice. Remember it for your weekend. When we see each other Monday, I'm hoping that everyone's done yoga over the weekend. Just saying. All right, go ahead and fall all the way to your right. And we're going to come into our tabletop. So in tabletop, you've got your hips right over your knees, you've perpendicular thighs, then your wrists are right under your shoulders. Now weight bearing in our upper body. Index fingers parallel, hands swept wide open. Inhale, eyes and tail up. So we've already worked this hinge. Hopefully you feel lots of freedom, movement freedom. Exhale, reverse here into your cat pelvis, forehead and pubic bone magnetized toward each other. Inhale, eyes and tail all the way up. Turn your toes under, feet are 4 or 5 inches apart, and sweep yourself into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. So if you need to adjust, walk your hands forward enough that you have a full inch of air under your heels. And now take your full Ujjayi breaths into your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let your head go. Look at the view behind you. So tip your sits bones up a little bit more. Use that opening that we did of unlocking the sacrum in L1, lumbar 1, low vertebra. Use that to have more tilt in your sits bones smiling up to the sky. Very nice, everyone. Okay, and padding through your feet, pick up one heel at a time, articulating through the metatarsals, your toe bones. And then if you can, I'll speak it to you. Pick up your right heel, go over the tops of your toes, lengthen the top of your foot on the ground. So you stretch out the top of the ankle, then you roll back over the toes, reach your heel back. And then pick up your left heel, come over the toes, long top of your foot. And meanwhile, we're getting this upper body strength, right? Then back over your toes, reach your heel back down. Do that once more in each foot. Yeah, if you need to take a break for your wrists or your shoulders, you will. Take care of yourselves. That's absolutely the priority. All right, meet you back in down dog. Inhale and brace. On the exhale, walk your hands back to your feet and release. Nice job, everyone. So knees are soft. Make sure they're a little bit bent. And then your crown of your head is pouring to the earth. Your arms are dangling, spacious in your shoulders. I'm seeing a few variations. Some people are letting a breeze blow their torso. Some people have taken their hands around their outer elbows. Would you do one or both of those at the same time? Yeah. And then let your arms just fall back down. Feel how much release by hanging here a little while, getting longer in the upper vertebrae and in your neck. Bend your knees a little bit more. Take your hands behind your waist, interlacing your fingers. Rest your hands on the back of your waist. So this is akin, related to the shoulder work we did on our backs. Go ahead and stretch your hands up to the sky. And then if you have a little bit more range, let your hands go to the space in front of you, toward the space in front of you. Knees super bent. That's really important for protecting your low back right now. Good. And then drop your hands on the back of your waist. Drop your arms all the way to the ground. I'll watch you. And then walk out your down dog. Beautiful. So head stays down. Yeah, if your calves are really tight, you want blocks under your hands. That's fine. No, get that strong curve. Your sits bones are going up. You've got that dog pelvis going. And then on the exhale, breathe down through your calves into your Achilles, into your heels. So strengthen your pinky pressing down into the earth. The more you're spreading your hands, index fingers are forward, you're pressing your pinky down. And that'll get your outer arm. At least that's where I feel it. I know we're all different, but speaking from Samara body, pressing down the pinky really opens up the outside of the armpit. Very nice. Inhale in place. On the exhale, walk your hands back to your feet. And then we're going to walk our hands forward only as far as short dog now. Short dog is where your heels stay on the ground. So it puts all the elongation into your lower leg. Pause here and breathe. Whew. And then continue to walk your hands forward. Go to your full down dog, the full pyramid shaping of your body. One full breath here. And then on the exhale, forward through your pelvis, forward through plank, and pause. If you have it in you, if you can stay here, building our strength, you'll drop your knees if you need to. And it's not just a matter of strength, it's a matter of protecting shoulders, also protecting wrists. If you're in plank, reach your heels more vigorously back and stream the crown of your head forward. Really long, beautiful line. And then go over the tops of your feet, long front body. Yes, very nice. Inhale. Exhale. A softer way to transition to down dog would be your hips going over your knees first, toes are under. If you have the capacity to go to plank pose from here, try that on with your warmed up feet. And everybody shifting into down dog, meet you there. Now, just do the best you can. We're going to drop onto our forearms and your fingers are interlaced. Let me see if you have a good view of that on my camera. I'll do it. I think you can see that. Yeah. So feel what the work here is for your shoulder. If it's good, take another breath or two here. Unlace your fingers. This is part of the 1 or 2 breaths here, and go back to your forearms parallel on the ground. Whew, big work in the shoulders. And then press back into your downward facing dog. Ooh, that creates a lot of heat. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Release, hang down, let everything go. I'm just sitting to look at you. Yep, taking care is good. Okay, inhale in place. We're going to rise up a little bit differently. On the exhale, bend your knees enough that you can put your hands right on the tops of your feet. Keep your head heavy. Your head's going to be the very last thing to come up. And then brush up the front of your ankle, brush up your shin. Keep coming up over your knees, over your thighs. Keep coming up. I'm trying to get the right amount of light in here. Now, once you come up the front of your thighs, you'll come up your sides all the way. Try to get that brush to include under your armpit all the way to touching the sky. Soft knees, open feet. Good, good. Can you drop your shoulders a little bit more? I see that possibility for several of you. All right, brush the air, brush your thighs, take your hands to heart center. So could you please bring yourselves back to the wall again? So your back is against the wall. So with your knees a little bit soft, your heels won't be touching the wall if you have any booty at all. Yeah. So what we're doing is finding as much wall contact as we can for our ribs. Can you bring your ribs back into the wall? If you don't have a wall, you're just working in exquisite alignment standing in space. So you're fine. So let's talk about this a little bit more. With your glutes against the wall, you'll have your natural low back curve. So you could slip a hand between your low back and the wall, and then your ribs come into contact with the wall. The backs of your shoulders, are you able to sweep them apart, bring them against the wall? The back of your head on the wall. So we're building a very, very strong sense of alignment for our bones here. So again, if you're not against the wall, it's fine, but stay very attuned to the stability of your ribs. Inhale your arms down to go up, everybody, and stop here with the backs of your hands against the wall at about 30 degrees. They're low. Turn your thumb back on the wall. This is akin to some work we've done on our backs. Turn your thumb back so you have some gentle external rotation. You should feel some opening here and stretch in the pec muscles. So I'd like you to track this. Go slow if you need to. We're gonna continue with the backs of our hands on the wall. Oh, or in space. And you pause if you hit a place that has a very strong sensation. I'm going to be hanging out here for a while. I did a super hard bike ride against the wind at the beach yesterday, so my pecs are really tight. Where is the sweet spot for you where you're not at all in pain, but you've got a lot of sensation? Take one more full breath to wherever your sweet spot is. Okay, and then keep going the highest you can go with the backs of your hands against the wall. So if you don't have a wall, you are palms forward, which is different for us. Yeah. Check your knees are soft. Sometimes the smallest moves are the biggest tissue and fascial openings. Whew, and brush your hands down, keeping that contact straight out from your ribs, and bring your hands into heart center. Okay, notice what's happening, what kind of movement you're tracking in your body. And then I'm going to ask you to turn to your wall. I'll show this because we'll have some differences. And we're going to go into this L. Can you all see that? The sun, even though it's very cloudy here, is kind of bleaching me out. But we're setting ourselves up here so that hips are right over ankles, torso's parallel to the ground, and arms are parallel to the wall. So you can easily do this to the side of or top of a chair or the side or top of a couch. That looks great, Ginger. You've got perfect alignment there. Yeah. So make sure your feet are 4 or 5 inches apart. Adrian, can you walk your hands down a little bit more? There you go. So from this long parallel back, parallel to the earth, draw the top of your head back a little bit. So some of you might feel this most as a core strength abdominal engagement. Some might feel this as a shoulder open, and some might feel this back in the legs, or you might feel it in all of those places. Breathe. Inhale in place. Make sure your knees are a little soft. Press into the wall to push yourself back up to standing. Good. Brush the air, brush your thighs, bring your hands to heart center and come to the front of your mat. So now no walls needed for this next little bit. Okay, open your right foot, make sure your knee's soft. Exhale, pick up your left knee and your arms. Shoulders are down, your ankles loose. That's good. Sage and Meg, I have great view of the two of you in that setup. And then we're going to step back into our high toe lunge. Chris, I'm glad you got some help. So long through your front body, reach back through your heel, make this very alive in your psoas. 2 parallel feet. Pick up that back heel. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to change to side view. So you inhale in place. On the exhale, we're going to revolve into warrior 2. So working with the alignment on the ribs that we had on the wall, drop your heel down 45 degrees, arms parallel to the ground. I'm going to show you that once more. So from high toe lunge, we've not done this. We've done warrior 1, high toe lunge to warrior 2. Hopefully that's clear. Drop your shoulders, relax your shoulders. Okay, now inhale. Oh, first, everybody just check that knees aren't rolling in. I'm seeing a little bit of that. Strengthen your pinky toe going down. Make sure you're working the spiral of your femur. Now, with this really good alignment in your ribs, we sweep into triangle, into Trikonasana. So you're staying high, that's it. The bottom arm hanging right in front of your leg, the top arm in line. Don't come down too far so that you're not losing the space in the lower ribs. All right, we're going one further place here. You bend that knee, I don't know what side we're on. So forearm onto the thigh because I turned around so often. And then open the top arm and you'll come into your bind, either touching your back or maybe your fingers come to your thigh. I think we are all on the same side. So you're over your right leg. Now use this bind for the spiraling and opening of your ribs that we warmed into. Oh yeah, Logan, that's gorgeous. Everybody check down through your little toe. Beautiful. So here you've got strength and you've got twist. Nancy Gamboyan, come up just a little bit higher. So this is one line from outer leg to ribs. It's all one long diagonal. Just try it. So we'll inhale here. And then on the exhale, straighten your leg. Come back into Trikonasana, triangle. And then windmill your way back into warrior 2, looking over your hand. Really nice work, everyone. Now we'll revolve around into our high toe lunge. And then inhale. Exhale. So as you sweep under curve, bring your knee in. And here we are. Balance. Good. And step it down. Oh, that was nice. All right, let's do the second side. Make sure you're starting from your 2 open feet. Earth down through your left leg, arms up, bring your right knee in. Everybody check your shoulders are down and your ribs are still integrated. Step back into your high toe lunge. And again, I'll go to side view. Okay, so here we are in our high toe lunge. If you're having any trouble with balance, let your feet be wider apart, side to side, not lengthwise, but side to side. Please check that your pinky toe is pressing down, your knee is tracking right over your ankle. And we're going from high toe lunge right in to warrior 2. That's a good time to make sure that you're really spinning out the inner hamstrings. Your heels down 45 degrees. That's it. Shoulders down. You're looking out over that front hand if you can. That's good. That's good. All right. And then come into your triangle. So you're not going past, look at this, like you're not letting yourself collapse here. You're keeping one long line, outer leg, ribs, one long diagonal. And then like your ribs are against the wall, you don't let them splay out. Keep them integrated in your triangle. Beautiful. Yeah. And then bend your front leg. Put your forearm into your thigh. Open that top arm. Touch your back, or if you have the range to bind the pose, you can bring your hand right around to your thigh. Or wherever you can reach. Now spin your upper shoulder back. Integrate your ribs. Integrate your ribs. Find the mobility and ease of your ribs. And enjoy it. Dorothy, your cat has its face right in the camera. That's hysterical. So you'll inhale in place. And on the exhale, press yourself back again into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Adjust however you need to. And then we're going back into warrior 2. Shoulders are dropped. Pinky toe of your left foot is down. Whichever leg's in front. All right, and then we'll revolve again into our high toe lunge. Get ready, send your vision out. Let that help you with this transition. You'll inhale in place. And on the exhale, your psoas sweeps your knee in. Woo! Good, good. And step it down. Back of your mat, please. Hands at heart center. Let me just check the time. Okay, perfect. We're just taking the last flow here to transition, and we're going to do our last stuff up against the wall. That's where we're headed. So let's just slow down for a second here to really feel how you're standing now. The aliveness of your legs, your knees soft, your ankles open. And then inhale your arms down to go up. Feel all the spaciousness of your shoulders. Exhale, come down through your flat back. Make sure your knees stay a little bent. And then pour yourself into downward bend. Let your head go. Let your arms go. Inhale in place. On the exhale, walk your hands forward. Come into a delicious, balanced downward dog. Very nice. One more full breath. And then take your own transition, about 20 seconds or so. We're going to meet again with legs up the wall for a grand finale pose like that. So find your way. You might get a child's pose in there. Another plank. Yeah, work that chaturanga. Very nice, Meg. Yeah, yeah. Beautiful. It's really touching to see everyone in their home space. So meeting you now with legs up the wall or on your couch or chair, whatever you got. You want them up on something. Okay. So let your ankles be relaxed, your arms swept out from heart center. Then slide your feet down whatever amount that it takes to get them flat on the wall. And then press into your feet, very activated, come up. And please, if anyone needs to look, and I invite you to at any point, don't turn your head once your pelvis is off the floor because you've got all that weight in your neck. And then we're going to bring our hands, interlace our fingers, and reach them towards the wall. Walk your feet up the wall till they're like straight on a diagonal and it's just your heels against the wall. So if you're able to do, this is kind of like a wall plank. There's a couple different wall planks, but if you can get your body in a straight line, you will. And then slide your feet flat again onto the wall. Pick up your pelvis and switch your hands to right behind your pelvis. So your chin will be right against your heart. Your elbows are as close to each other as possible, which is why we've been doing this shoulder work. Press your right foot into the wall. Let your left leg go straight up to the air, to the sky. So there's a one-legged shoulder stand. Reverse legs. You want your hands as far down your back towards your head direction that you can. And then if it's an option for you, I'm just naming options, you can go to both legs straight up in shoulder stand. So I'm showing that for one moment. I'm going to come out of it to see you. Otherwise, just play this one leg at a time, or keep your legs on the wall, just have your hips above your head again. Legs, don't let your legs be further than parallel. That's good. That's a nice way of working it. Maureen? Yeah. Yes, yes. Okay. Let your hands come out to the sides again. That's very nice, Pat. And come down one vertebra at a time. Ease down to your flat back, to sliding your knees down to your heart. And just feel that release of your low back. And do one more thing while we're at the wall. So you've got your knees hugged in. And then we're going to part our knees, bring the soles of the feet against each other, hands gently pressing your knees to the wall. So you'll end up with your soles of your feet opening the pinky toe against the wall. And, you know, if you're a little bit tighter strung in your hips, your feet will be higher. If you're looser strung, your heels will be right down by your groins, wherever feels good. Let this gentle press out of your knees with your hands speak to the hip sockets here. And then with whatever grace you have, you're going to find your distance from the wall and take this right into Shavasana. So Shavasana has these open hips. So reposition yourself, please. Very nice. So your two heels at the corners of your mat, your feet flopping open. Your hips are already open. Your arms out to the sides. Lying on your back there, Dorothy. Yeah, that's it. I could almost lip read that one. Yeah. Yeah. So here in Shavasana, a place of rest, feel what is streaming through your body. The movement of fluid. The movement of air. With your shoulders stand, your heart rate probably came up. Feel into how your heart rate is slowing, softening. Your mind stays inside your body, tracking sensation. What do you notice now? Mary Holly, if you want, legs are flat on the wall. Maybe you're choosing that variation, but I mean, legs are flat on the ground. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, yeah, good. Shavasana. So with your mind inside your body, what sensations are you noticing now? Different than 15 seconds ago now. Remember your intention breaths, those 3 beautiful breaths at the beginning of our class. Let your whole being bathe in the manifestation of what you consciously called in today. choosing where our attention is couldn't have been more relevant to the life of class on life of the world on Wednesday. Started in this joyful place with such good news, ended the day with such bad news. And I was really processing when going to sleep, like, where am I going to put my consciousness for being able to sleep? It's important to be connected to reality, grounded in the earth. And then, because so many things are true at once, we make choices. We make choices where to put our attention at different times. So I invite you to put your attention for the next 10 seconds in the deep earth supported security of your body holding you in your life. Hmm. Take a full inhale through your nose. And on the exhale, let your heavy legs glide towards each other. They're going to meet right down your midline. Bring just your left knee in and wrap your hands around either your knee or your thigh. So here you've got your full psoas activation, and melt your other leg into the ground. So the focus here in Pavana Muktasana is the releasing of the right leg hamstrings. Check that your shoulders are relaxed, your neck is relaxed. You might be able to let go. Your ankles are relaxed, everybody. Yeah. Sweep your right foot into flat. Put your left foot on your right knee. Gently press your left knee away from you so you're in the figure four. And then you're going to pick up your right leg, either holding behind the thigh or the knee. Choose your hold by what lets your shoulders and necks be most relaxed. Flex your left toes to keep, that's it. Flex your left toes back. That was nice, Bob. And let your right foot be released so your knee is aligned. Good. All right, take your right knee in the rest of the way. Let your left leg go long. Hold on to your right thighs or knee and melt your left hamstrings into the earth. Check what's happening in your neck, shoulders, softness, ease. Both ankles released. Mm-hmm. And then you'll sweep your left foot to flat, right foot on the left knee. Press your right knee out like we did against the wall, a gentle guidance to the hip socket to open, and then pick up your left leg, hold it either behind your thigh, over your knee, shoulders soft, neck easy. Mm-hmm. Keep this active. Keep bringing the left leg closer in, the right knee further away. So you're continuing to find ease and taffy-like spaciousness in the hip flexors, in the piriformis. Mm-hmm. And then switch your legs so both knees are in at your heart. Press your inner knees strongly against each other. Arms hugging your knees as deep in as you can. Take a little rock side to side. Face going with your knees. And then pour all the way to the right. Use your hands on the ground to revolve around your navel and come up to seated on bolster or blocks or blankets. And then you'll sweep the flesh out from under your sits bones and take your hands on your thighs, turn them in a little bit. Bring your hands into any mudra, any comfortable position on your thighs. Close your eyes. So first drop your awareness into your two sits bones. Are they even? If they're not, or if you can't tell, just take a little rock side to side to wake up more sensation. And then settle equally over your two sits bones. So your two sits bones grounded, then propel your spine straight up to the sky. Behind your closed eyes, your vision draws up to the center of your forehead, center of wisdom and intuition. And we'll take a full breath together here. Inhale. On your next exhale, you'll land your mind onto one word of what you have activated in your body, heart, mind awareness that you will remember and use as your home today, your centering place for meeting life. Next breath will bring to mind anyone, or well, just like leave it that, anyone who could use some good something from you. On your next exhale, land your mind on a word of blessing for this other being. And then if the Canadians would indulge us for the final breath, I'm going to suggest that we let our consciousness encircle all of the USA, all its beings, human, earth, waters, and put a word of blessing into this country. All right, go ahead and unmute yourselves, and thank you, Canadians, for helping bless us here. We need it. We'll bring our hands to heart center. Your thumbs right against your thymus. Stay tall in your spine. Inhale. Namaste.
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 Namaste. Namaste.
Keep yoga alive in your bodies this weekend, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Samara. Fabulous, fabulous.
Hi,
everybody.
Enjoy the class.
Good to see you. Love you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye. I'll just stop the recording now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Bob.
Bye, Bob.